We're going to go ahead and get started. Good. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If everybody can make their way back to their seats. I'd like to go ahead and welcome everyone to our 2022 Kentucky Shape Teacher of the Year Award Ceremony. Welcome to everyone in person, as well as all the people that are watching online with our live stream on Facebook and Twitter. The goal of tonight is to simply just honor those great educators and all the great work that they're doing serving the students of the great Commonwealth. Tonight should be a fun way to celebrate the achievements. As I look across the room, there are so many great educators spread out through the state of Kentucky. So tonight should be a fun way to celebrate everyone. Thank you for all of the colleagues, family, friends that are here to support the educators that will be getting awards tonight. We are going to start off the ceremony with an update from Dr. John Ferguson, who I'll bring to the podium so we can honor some of our educators who have passed away this year. So Dr. Ferguson.
Thank you, Gavin. I think most of you may have noticed on the PowerPoints, we had those 6 folks that I'm going to mention here, and their pictures were popping up and rotating there. But I thought it would be good if I would just mention those 6 briefly. The first one was Ronald D. Craighead. The second one that was posted was Laura Lolly Hissam. Third one was William Pirat. Fourth one was Dr. Leslie Charles Ramsdell. Fifth one was Alan R. Coach Al Walter. And the last one was Nan K. Carrick Ward. And through the years, I did have the opportunity to know most of those folks. And it goes without saying, they have contributed a lot over the years. Teacher ed, health ed, physical education, and not to mention things they did in their communities and their participation, of course, with KFORD. So if you would join me, could we have a moment of silence for those individuals? Amen. Thank you.
I will bring up Theo Bellamy for the introduction of our next award winner.
Good afternoon, everyone. The person that we're going to be bringing up to the front to receive the Merit Award is a colleague of mine. He's been involved with JCPS, Jefferson County Public School District, athletics since 1997. He's been a coach, he's been an AD, and he's currently in the position as activities athletic specialist in Jefferson County. During his tenure as this activity athletic specialist, he's had increased our sports from the middle school level from 3 sports to 20 sports during this time. He's also been committed to over 25 years for advancing and the inclusion of athletics in Jefferson County. He also helped initiate a program we call Character First. It explains the importance of the role as a coach in Jefferson County. He also helped serve with numerous associations such as Kentucky Athletic Administrative Association, as well as the Kentucky Board of Control for Athletics in our state. Ever since I've met this person, he's always displayed the passion, enthusiasm to serve all students in athletics. So I'd like to bring to the front Mr. Robert Vinegar, please. I'd like to say a couple words, please.
Couple words. Oh boy, y'all done messed up now. Don't give me the mic early. Y'all be here all night. Richardson, Porter, Sparks, Theo, all you guys, Kentucky Shape. Again, I was going to come up here tonight and give you my I'm not humbled speech, in which I refer to I'm not humbled by most of this. I think I deserve this award because of the things I put in and do on a daily basis. But I am truly humbled to be in this room and with this group of people, of young people, older people, experienced people, some people from Jefferson County. Man, you guys are doing a world of work, and I hope that you continue to do that work. Brother Theo, I appreciate the nomination. I happily and humbly now accept this award, and I hope to continue to do whatever we do. So one more time, I'm saying thank you to myself, but I'm also saying thank you to you guys as well. Please continue to do the work that we do. Thank you very, very much. We'll get you a picture in a second. But after you receive your award, if you can come over here, we'll take a nice little picture of you. You're so photogenic, man. We got to capture all that. Okay. All right, so who's coming up? Okay. Can we bring Dr. Lauren Willis to the stage to present our next award?
All right, good afternoon. I'm a little bit shorter. Can you guys hear me? Well, Jamie asked me if I would come up and say a few words about the next Merit Award winner. I've had the pleasure of working with Coach Wise, as well as she served as my academic advisor, and not to mention went to countless basketball camps when I was younger. But a few facts about Coach Wise. And Jamie, it was funny you mentioned that this is the 50th anniversary of Title IX. That's actually when Coach Wise became a member of KYSHAPE organization, 1972, as an EKU grad at Campbellsville. She served 48 years and coached tennis, softball, men's golf, and then obviously what she's known for is basketball. And she served as chairman of the HP division and coached and taught at the same time for a number of years. And in her last few years coaching basketball, she also taught and chaired the human performance division. So she's had an impact on countless individuals from an academic standpoint and an athletic standpoint. There's a couple things that we have down that I thought I would share with you. She served as head basketball coach for 32 years, winning as coach in the NAIA Division I basketball, men or women. One of the first ones to win 600 games, has a .724 winning percentage, countless Hall of Fames, countless awards. Can't think of a better recipient for this award. So this other merit award this year for Kentucky Shape is Miss Donna Wise.
I want to thank, I was going to say KYSHAPE, but KYSHAPE was when I started, finished in 72, but I want to thank Kentucky Shape for the honor of this award. And I want to wish all the schools that are participating in the your All-Star event or whatever, best of luck. Thank you.
The next group of awards will be presented by our actual chair of our awards committee, Ms. Kim Demling.
Again, welcome. And before we move on, can I have all the committee for the awards this year to stand up and to receive recognition? This is definitely a huge task, as you all can imagine. And so we're so excited to be announcing all of these, but I definitely wanted everyone to know that because I'm the chairperson, that doesn't mean that I'm the only person. There are like 12 people that serve on this committee. So just wanted to make sure that you all knew that. So we're super excited next to present the PE Student of the Year. And again, ask everyone ahead of time to please come up and feel free to share a couple of words. So the very first award under this category is PE Student of the Year, and that is Robert Immel from Berea.
I was unaware that I was going to have to speak. But I would like to thank Dr. Thornton as my advisor and for being a mentor for me. And Dr. Summerslee, thank you for being here and help teaching me with adaptive physical education. And my classmates that are sitting over there, thank you very much. And my family and my girlfriend are sitting over there by the restroom. Yeah.
All right. Next, we are going to celebrate the Health Education Student of the Year, and that is Mason Lee from Campbellsville.
Also was not prepared, but would like to thank Dr. Willis, who's my advisor, for the nomination, and thank you to Kentucky Shape for giving me this award. So thank you.
I have to interject here a little bit. So it's so funny when you go up there and you're shaking these young professionals' hands. I'm like, this is how I just whispered. I'm like, this is how we got started. So I think for a lot of us, you probably look around the room and you think, who has mentored you or who will you mentor? It's really a cool circle, like coming full circle, because I definitely think that a lot of us, that's how we got our start. We had a club or we had an organization at our college or university. We either got nominated, didn't know we'd be in front of a mic either, and then we got elected, and then we just got bit by the bug and have stayed actively involved. So super excited for these folks. And then we have the Professor of the Year, which I'm so excited because I think tons of years ago when I was way younger, I was one of the Health Education Professors of the Year at U of L. And so super excited to celebrate Dr. Michelle Thornton from Berea.
So again, was told I didn't have to speak, but I will. So first, I'd like to thank the Kentucky Shape Board. You have been giving me some great advice and insight, and I have to give props to my students in the back because you all are the ones who keep me young at heart, even if I don't feel like it most days. But you all help inspire me to continue going on. So I want to thank you all, my other student over there too. So thank you all.
Good job.
Health Education Teacher of the Year is Kara Young, who's from Barrett Middle School in Jefferson County.
I'll go here first. So I did know I was going to talk, and I made slides, but I'm not going to talk that long, I promise. So my name's Carrie Young. I teach at Barrett Middle School in Jefferson County. And I'm in a unique situation where I can actually teach my 8th graders high school, or they can earn their high school credit. So I teach the high school course to the 8th graders. If they earn an A or a B, then they get their half credit for high school health. So it's very interesting. During COVID is kind of when I made the switch. I was trained probably like most of you all to teach content when it came to health. You know, we teach about nutrition and body systems and those kinds of things. And I've really made the switch to skills-based health because that's definitely best practice now. It's what the standards are pushing us for. And it was hard. It was not something easy. I felt like a new teacher when I made this switch. COVID definitely helped because, I mean, who knew what they were doing during COVID anyways? And so I feel like I have flourished as a teacher. Now that I teach skills-based health, I really dove into it using all the resources that have been provided to me through KYSHAPE, through Shape America, getting the exposure to not just the great resources we have here in the state of Kentucky, but nationally, helping me become a better teacher. I think, and I'm going to mention it many times, is that I still remain a student to my craft. You are never going to be the best at what you do if you settle. And so I want to keep growing and I want to keep flourishing. And so I encourage, you know, all of you that are pre-service teachers now, like, you are going to be so much more than what you think as long as you stay invested and you keep trying to learn. Trying to think, I've gotten involved not only at my school with our SBDM and having say in, you know, in curriculum and those kinds of things, but just in Jefferson County, we are so lucky to have the opportunity to have, you know, a teacher leader cadre. We have a health and PE lead that, you know, brings shape basically to Jefferson County. We have such a good thing going with our district PLC. You know, I lean on the people around me to, you know, help me be the best health teacher that I can be to my students. And so I think when you are going to, you know, when you think about being a better teacher, just what you know, your craft, you know, getting support is huge. Being involved, knowing your administration, having backing from your administration, and being transparent, letting them know what you do, letting parents know what you do is huge. District resources, like I said, I wish everybody could have a Mimi. We are very, very lucky in JCPS to have Mimi. Yes, let's give Mimi a round of applause because, you know, she helps everybody in our district be better. She helps people in the state be better. I think your peers, if you're lucky to have health and PE teachers at your school, lean into them. You make each other better. You know, I have one PE teacher that teaches with me, but he doesn't teach health, you know, and so I have a district PLC, which has been awesome in helping. You know, we plan common assessments, formative and summative assessments. We're always adapting our rubrics and what we do. And then again, being involved in KYSHAPE and Shape America and having these organizations that bring the experts to you. You know, in the state of Kentucky, we're lucky to have, you know, the Jess Napiers and the Joe Geddeses and those type of people that, you know, really are a great example of what we need to be as a health teacher. And then to go to the national level and see what great things are happening in the United States when it comes to health and PE is awesome. And so get involved. Don't stop learning. Remember that the kids that you teach are going to be the future. You get to help these kids, you know, be the best versions of themselves. And with our content, we are lucky enough to teach them the skills to be better humans. And so I have a couple of reminders. Don't stop growing. Have that growth mindset. Be the best that you can be as a teacher. Don't settle, even if you are, you know, the best. Keep going. And then remember that you can make an impact on these kids. It's hard. Teaching is hard. But showing your love to students is, you know, sometimes the greatest thing that you can do. So I think I'm done. I have quote, which is something that I think is the biggest part of my practice as a teacher. Is I want these kids to know that I love them and that I care about them, no matter what they are, who they are. And so I really just try and live that through my teaching. So thank you, Shape, and everybody for this award, but it is definitely not something that you do alone. And so, yeah, that's it. Over here.
All right. And next, we are celebrating the Elementary Physical Education Teacher of the Year, who is on our board, has done lots and lots of things throughout this organization, DJ Riggs from Breckenridge County.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, I just want to say thanks to everybody, and thanks to KYSHAPE. Y'all are a great bunch of people and helping each other. I just want to tell about me is I'm actually the guidance counselor at my school, but with being the guidance counselor, you're also the PE teacher. So I try to do the best I can at both jobs, and it just whatever happens, you just got to put in the work, and I do the best I can. And the biggest thing about it is the opportunities and the relationships I built with kids. Like kids don't say, "Hey, mom, that's my guidance counselor." They say, "Hey, that's my PE teacher." So it just gives me that more relationships I can build with them. The greatest thing about too is the opportunities I can give kids through health and PE. Like we were big in the Field Play 60s. So I took all these kids to these summits across the country. We went to Atlanta, we went to Cleveland. They've got to do all the experiences that, we're a little poor school out in the middle of the country. So they're getting to realize these things they don't really get to do. Then we do New York Roadrunners. We built that program up. Last year we were a top 5 in the nation. So we get that incentives, get them active, and really my goal is to get kids excited about being healthy. Not, I got to go to PE, I got to exercise. I want to try to, long-term athletic development to really get them to love being healthy and love being physically active. Thank you so much.
All right, next is our Middle School Physical Education Teacher of the Year from Grayson County, Crystal Bratcher.
Hi, my name is Crystal Bratcher. I teach at Grayson County Middle School. I am in my 18th year of teaching. I taught my first 3 years at Elizabethtown High School and Morningside Elementary, and my heart is at the middle school level. A little bit about me. I live in Caneyville, Kentucky, the land of nowhere. I've been married to my husband for 22 years, and I have 2 sons, Zeb and Zach. All right, what does my physical education classroom look like? As soon as the kids walk in my door, I want to inspire them. I want to make them feel special, and I want them to be their best self. I use the good sportsmanship code to make them feel comfortable in the classroom and to ensure that they have positive social interactions so they feel comfortable with anything that they do in my class. As a department, we have 3 PE teachers, but we have PE at 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. We also have health at 7th and 8th grade, and then we have social and emotional learning at 6th grade. We all use the Daily 5 for Kentucky Standard 4 and 5. This is something where the students, we download it into our Google Classroom, and if they hit or miss the target for the day, they have to self-reflect and tell me how they would have been better. Our success criteria, that's something that is required by the district level. However, I really like using it. If you are a current PE teacher, I know that your kids come in and they ask you 1,000 times, what are we going to do today? This keeps them from doing that. They know what's expected of them as soon as they walk in. They know what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it,
and how they are actually going to get there. I like to use the gradual release model. We do. It takes a lot of the learning from me to them, and they teach me a lot of stuff every single day. Our pacing guides, they are required by district level. I know Dennis Menace, I've known him for several years, and he teaches with Kristen Hawkins, and I have to give her the credit for all my standards-based instruction because she helped me to better understand all of that. This year, our PE and Health program, we've tried to offer cross-curricular instruction. I worked with the 7th grade science teacher at the middle school, and his first question to me was, do you all really have standards? And I'm like, yes, we have standards. So we taught Frisbee and physics together. We had a control group. We kind of had an experimental group. And some of those students, they received the instruction in science and in PE for a whole week. And then some of those students, they also received my instruction in his class, or my content in his class. But they got most of their instruction just in science. So his test scores were like they skyrocketed. So we were super excited about that. My classroom is currently in the auditorium, but I still try to keep those kids active and make it fun for them. Our gym is being renovated at the moment, so I can't wait until January 1st. I really believe in research-based units and data-driven instruction. I've been working with Greg Education. I'm currently in my Rank 1 program, and hopefully I graduate in December. But I created an SEL curriculum for our PE and health teachers so that we could teach that during our 7th period focus classes. They were super excited and wanted to know where the second 9 weeks work was going to be. I'm starting an above beyond program at our school. All the time, teachers are saying, some of our students just don't take initiative. Some of our students aren't kind. So I've asked them, I said, well, if we don't show that, how can we teach them that? So we started a little initiative. We started off actually in October. That led up, we had a long-term sub lose her husband. So we took up donations for that. We took her a meal for service, or after the funeral services. We made gratitude pumpkins for our office staff, which kind of led into kindness across the Commonwealth. And hopefully we are going to give our administration, we have 3 administrators at Grayson County Middle School, and they always give us breaks and extra plannings whenever they can. So we would like to show them kindness and have a dinner and stuff for them. So far it's went good. Assessment, I try to use all types of different assessment in my classroom. I like to use ladder tournaments. I get to differentiate, my higher level kids, my middle level, and my lower level students. And sometimes those lower level kids, they want to bump up to the next level. So that's pretty exciting for me and for them. I have a lot of skill challenges. They love the pickleball ninja. They're just trying to get to the top of it, but they're really working on basic skills. I create a lot of digital notebooks for my auditory and my visual learners. If they don't understand something, they can go in there. They can see the rules, diagrams, and watch videos. And then I have choice boards and then my summative assessments for strategy and peer evaluations. I've been an active member. I guess it was KFORD then, but since 2000. I am the secondary level coordinator for Health and PE Network through GREC. And I'm the team leader, and I also am the department head for our PE and Health and SEL programs. I'm the co-chair for the Wellness Committee. I work with Brittany Gary, and she is absolutely awesome about bringing physical activity in from our community for our students and for our staff. I coordinate field day, and something that one of my mentor teachers in the very beginning told me, always be a part of the budget committee because you don't want your PE and health funds cut. So I've tried to always do that. And I guess since I'm team leader, I'm responsible for being on the CSIP committee as well.
None of this would be possible without God, my family, and the related arts department that I have, all my colleagues that are so supportive, and the administration staff that just goes along with my crazy ideas. If you'll just kind of scroll down, these are some of the things that we have been working on throughout this year. We had a wellness week where we had community partners come in. We had a boo bash for our kids. We set up a day where they kind of came down to our related arts, and we had minute to win it games, all kinds of fun stuff. Then we celebrated Red Ribbon Week. Our staff is totally awesome about participating in all of our events. And last but not least, this past week we had Kindness Across the Commonwealth. I signed up for that, and then they sent me a folder, and I kind of put that out to all of our teachers and our related art staff, and they were amazing. Like, they kept sending me pictures every single day. And that's me. So.
Are you ready? You want this?
And next, I would like to introduce Jordan Manley, who was our Educator of the Year last year, to come up and present this award.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations to all the Teachers of the Year. It's phenomenal to see all of you all kind of becoming more involved in SHAPE and, being the Teacher of the Year and carrying the torch forward for all the wonderful educators in our state. Shout out to Kentucky SHAPE for being one of the best state affiliate organizations of SHAPE America and everything that you do for all of us. As Teachers of the Year, as teachers, as educators across the Commonwealth, this organization provides so much support and resources and networking that we just have a ton of thanks to offer for that. So we appreciate that. But it is my honor to pass the torch today to our 2023 High School Physical Education Teacher of the Year, Dennis Minnis.
All right, good evening, guys. You guys can go ahead and laugh at my name if you'd like. I just turned 50 on Friday. Just got back from a youth retreat from our church. And my slideshow is probably a little busy. I have ADHD, and so you're about to see it. But I promise we'll skip the video. So this is my 25th year in teaching. I've been in Bullitt County since 2004. Taught 1 year private school, 2 years at Taylor Elementary School in Tennessee, 3 years in Nelson County as a traveling PE teacher, teaching all girls dance classes. I'm not the best dance teacher, but I tried my best. And elementary, I did a ton of dance. Actually bringing dance back to North Bullitt this year in winter with dance teachers. It's not my strongest suit, but when you're not great at something, you want to find people around you can do that job. And I just want to first of all give praise to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. He has blessed me to be in this position, and I love KYSHAPE. Let's give KYSHAPE another round of applause. Getting to work with Jamie Sparks and all the great people in KYSHAPE, and I'm from OVEC, so I'm working in that OVEC grassroots group, and we're starting to do our trainings. It's picking up pace. But I've been at North Bullitt 7 years. My heart was always with elementary. There's my emoji. Doesn't look like me. He has more hair than me. But when that emoji thing came out, I was like, let's do that, And so I work with Kristen Hawkins. So Crystal talked about Kristen. Kristen was the lady proofing my application. She's like, come here a minute. We're going to work on your grammar today. Come here. And so Kristen and Jan and I work together, and Kristen teaches advanced PE courses. I teach health, and I teach athletic conditioning. I teach PE 1, and we're looking to add fitness wellness for next year, or lifetime wellness, and to start to move that route. And currently I teach all male, all female, or all male PE classes, but we're going co-ed next year with a lot of my courses we're offering. So we'll flip slide here. I'll just give a thumbs up on that. That's sort of my units for the year. We started doing golf this year. We do archery. Pickleball's been the new thing. You can click that next slide. I've played pickleball for a long time, but I went into a pickleball league about 3 months ago. I walked in, I was a young guy, age 49. I lost every game. They're like, get out of the kitchen, man. It's out of the kitchen. I was in the kitchen. Who plays pickleball in here? So I was in the kitchen way too much. I lost. So we brought in some senior citizens to play us this year. On my Twitter, I say people not our age. They won every game. My guys were laughing. I'm like, we're going to crush those women. I'm like, get on the court. Free Gatorade. Just try it. Boom, 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 all over the place. I'm making them chase. Athletic conditioning, do a lot of kettlebell work. We work out Monday through Thursday in the weight room. This year, for the first time, I'm going to actually be working with the University of Louisville, or U of L Health is coming in to partner with us. And they're going to work on nutrition with us and start using fitness apps. We're a paper pencil weight training program. And they're like, would you like to be trained? I'm like, yes. Anything you can do to make me a better teacher, I want to do it. I'm not, as everybody said tonight, we're not done. If you teach, you got to keep learning, and you got to keep looking for new and better things to do. Let's hit that next slide. There's one of our pickleball champs ladies in the back there. She's teaching the guys how to hit the paddle. The first guy walked up and thought she was giving a free paddle to him. So no, good game, good game. You can hit that next slide. PE to me is about mentorship. The school I teach at, I've been there 7 years, but prior to that, I was at Maryville Elementary School for 12 years. 25% of my students are kids that had me in kindergarten. And I love that. Now, it's just the boys that are seeing me. Some girls will take athletic conditioning with me, but a lot of kids the first few years were shocked because they didn't realize I transitioned. Are you visiting today? Some of my students have been with me since I have seniors this year that I've taught since kindergarten. And I've seen things like parents passing away, celebrate birthday parties, transition to different things in life. And so that relationship factor is huge for me. Let's hit that next slide. And you can click it a couple times. Click that. We're not going to watch the videos. I'm going to skip them because I know we'll run out of time. But SEL has been a big factor for me this year. The last 4 years, working with U.S. Games, Believe in You with Kevin Atlas is huge for us. We do that on a daily basis with journaling. I love partnering with JRTC. A lot of our guys and girls in the JRTC, we do a lot of co-teaching, or I'll recommend people to go to them because they do a great job promoting physical education and character building. Let's hit a couple more slides here and skip those video clips. We'll skip that. You can skip that. I do get a chance to go in the summers to do phys ed in Ecuador. I do not speak Spanish. Translator by the hip at all times. But PE opens a lot of doors, does it not? It doesn't matter how old you are, how young. People love to move. And I got we go back a slide. Custodial staff, I love those guys. They are teachers in the school. Our bus drivers, I'm a VIP club sponsored our school. The guy up on the left, I just threw that in there because it was funny. He stopped me and he said, "Hey, aren't you my art teacher from New Haven Middle School?" And I looked, I went, "Oh no." I said, "Yes, I was." For 1 year, I taught art in Kentucky illegally. All right. When the KDE found out, they said, "You can't do that." I said, "I know." I tried to tell my principal, but they're like, "Who's going to help us pass the CATS test if you don't do it?" They guilted me into it. I did art for a semester. And he did not know I was a PE teacher. He said, "You were the best art teacher ever." And I'm like, I got to tell you, man, I'm a PE teacher. I made a D in art in middle school. So, but I did my best. And so my wife's back here tonight. Applause. I love my wife. She's here. And I'm not going to say a lot more other than you guys from WKU. We no longer have EKU. Some of the best PE teachers in the state, EKU, they came out of there. And I know we got some EKU folks in here. What you guys in health and PE are doing, you reach people that no one else can reach. You K-5 teachers, you're a school counselor. When you walk into a Walmart and you're a K-5 PE teacher, Superman has walked in the building. And not just Super Dan, anybody K-5, the kids freak out. My wife's like, "I hate shopping with you because the kids want to talk to you everywhere you go." High school, not so much because they're too cool for that. But it's an awesome, awesome blessing. And so that's some of my assessments. Yeah, I'm in one of the little gyms. So when I have guys that have to sit out, I use iPhys Ed a lot, Shape America stuff. We chart each other. We keep track with the hot charts to see who's receiving the ball the most, least kind of thing. But thank you guys for this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to continue to grow. These are people I do partnerships with, some of the groups over the years. Anybody's going to offer you grant money. Anybody's going to offer you an opportunity to gain equipment. Take advantage of it. Don't be afraid to write those grants and go for it. But thank you guys. I'm looking forward to growing and being a part of KYSHAPE for years to come. Thank you guys.
Okay, thanks for hanging in there with us. Exciting, exciting. The next award we are giving is the highest award bestowed that we could. And so obviously the committee, when we get people, are like, okay, I guess when I was young and early in my professionalism, I thought, do you have to be like a college professor? Could you be a public school teacher? I mean, if you follow this organization as long as I have, a lot of presidents coming up were definitely university people. But if you look in the last 7 to 10 years of this organization, we've made some major positive pivots. And so we have lots of public school people that have been president that want to serve. And so again, looking at all of those people, it was just so cool that when this person was talked about, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've known Rayma for pretty much my whole career. And like I said, when I was younger, I thought to myself, I know I want to be president of this organization one time. Like, I know I do. I was probably like a lot of you, 19, 20, 21. And I'm like, this is something that I know I want. It's a goal. And so basically, when you look through candidates that come, you're like, oh my gosh, they have served this organization in lots of capacities. So this isn't somebody who just has like, one great year, or a past president who had this amazing conference. This is someone who has given a ton to this organization. So Dr. Beal, retired from the University of Kentucky, has mentored a ton of us in physical education, in dance education, in movement education, and being a prevention scientist in general. So I'm super excited to announce that Rayma Beal is our Mustang Award winner for 2022.
Well, I'm glad that I've been around long enough now to see the good success some of the students that I've had from UK and their influence in teaching and professional organizations. I started in Arizona teaching in 1967. Yes, I'm that old. And went to my first Arizona state conference in 1968. And I was lucky enough to have an incredibly supportive principal who wanted a dance program started at Maryvale High School. And we were on double sessions at that point in time, which meant one semester classes started at 6:30 in the morning and you were done by 1:30. And if you got to teach in the afternoon, you didn't start till 10:30 in the morning and you got done at 5:30. So it was quite an adventure for several years because I had to keep flip-flopping each semester. But the principal was incredibly supportive of dance. The PE consultant for the Phoenix Union High School system was amazing in terms of wanting a broad spectrum of activities taught at every school. Once we moved to Texas, I graduated and went to junior high school and taught health and Texas history. And then again, in moving to Ohio, started teaching at Miami of Ohio, and I was doing full-time dance at that point in time. And eventually went and continued the dance thread to get my doctorate at the University of Cincinnati, and then a position opened at the University of Kentucky. Some of you may remember Jim Nance and Jam Nance, and they were the first people I met from the Kentucky Association, and they were recruiting for a dance person. So I talked with them, and then in Atlanta, and then later got a call from the department to come and interview. And so I did, and made 30 some odd years at UK with developing the dance program, but was fortunate enough to be involved in many changes in Kentucky. Was involved with writing the very first standards, the editing of the standards, which led to being involved with the national dance standards. The first time that we ever had that in all of our years. Much to our chagrin, we found out the music educators had standards for the last 50 years, and we were just getting started. But we still produced, I think, very sound principles for movement. And this is what our profession is all about: finding a joy and a love for moving and keeping active and keeping involved in all the things that we can do, because I think that's what keeps us young, or at least I'm counting on it. And I think that it's amazing that Kentucky Shape has really continued the philosophy and the values that AFERD has had for hundreds of years. And we have to keep going, because we know that creative work, consistent involvement in movement of some kind provides meaning in life and keeps us incredibly healthy. So thank you very much for the nomination. I'd like to thank my students, former students, and Kim for thinking so highly of nominating me. I was totally, totally surprised. Thank you very much.
Before I give out the President's Award, I would just like to point out a couple things. If you haven't had an opportunity to look at the poster presentations in the back of the room, when we wrap up, please go back and look. They're great examples of student research. So I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody, so everybody can take a look at those things. And the other thing I wanted to point out before I give the President's Award, I just wanted to thank someone in particular, Dr. Michelle Thornton, who's been an incredible host for this event. So Berea College has been a great host, but Michelle personally has done a lot of behind the scenes stuff for getting this event together, as well as the stuff that we're going to do tomorrow. She has just been an incredible person and board member to help put all of this stuff together. So I definitely would like to recognize her for all the stuff that she's done. Now, with the President's Award, there's a lot of different criteria that goes into the President's Award. But for this year, I wanted to focus on one of the criteria in particular, which is service. And the two people that are getting this award embody service more than anybody else that I can think of. The first Presidential Award is going to go to Dr. Stephen Chin. And this is a person who, he does so much work for us with the journal, with student research. He's been an incredible asset to this board. He has taken on many tasks that a lot of people do not want to do. I know I do not want to work with the journal. I don't know if you've ever dealt with that before, but he volunteers his time. He spends countless hours looking at proposals and putting together one of the better state journals that are out there. So there was no better person I could think of to give the President's Award to Dr. Stephen Chin.
A couple of things. I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm still a teenager, believe it or not. I mean, my years in higher ed, there are a lot of great mentors and people I have seen and work with these years. I can't believe that I'm being installed with these great honors. Those people who work with me, support me, and go through this journey. I really appreciate it. There are so many far more deserving candidates for this present award. I'm just surprised about why I'm here. At first, I thought probably they take away the affirmative action. This is why the last time I have to get it, right? No, I'm kidding. Okay. But in the meantime, I think I realized one thing that I saw I'm probably not going to be able to make it in this presentation because I'm still doing volunteer work in the United States research event. Maybe I leave one impression is that I don't have to talk much. I just do the work with my students, and I hope I could share that compassion, share that experience with all the people right here. I'm so lucky, so fortunate to get a chance to work with all you guys, and you guys help me and push me to get things better. And it's a great honor to have this opportunity for this wonderful. I'd like to share all this with you, and let me try to share with you something real special. I have not been a president or serving a great capacity in this organization, and they're still willing to give this to me. That means that the future and all the past presidents, they going to, got a chance to come up here to do this, right? So I could be a nomination committee and make sure those people will get it. Thanks so much.
The next recipient, if I were to read their CV, this event might go on for another 2 hours. This person has just been a titan when it comes to health and physical education. He has, over the decades, inspired a lot of people in this room. I know I got my master's degree from Eastern Kentucky University. We have other people that have gone through that program, and we're involved with this organization because of the great work that he has done, as well as other professors at Eastern Kentucky. And when it comes to service, he's a person who's been a former president of this association. He served on numerous committees for this association, and he still volunteers his time to serve on the board, to do the necrology report, to keep everybody updated with what's going on. And I couldn't think of a better recipient of the President's Award, especially when we're talking about service. And he also has some of the best hair I've ever seen of any professor. I don't think his hair has changed. I was there 20 years ago. So I've always been a little bit jealous of that as well. But Dr. John Ferguson.
One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my glass case back because I forgot it when I was up here before, and I told my granddaughter to remind me, which she did. I would like, first of all, really, they didn't tell me I had to talk. I don't have any PowerPoints. My idea of technology is probably different colored magic markers, I guess. But I'd like to recognize my family at the table back there to my right. My wife, Helen. If you stand up, they'll know who you are. There you go. Okay. My one daughter, Melissa Maston, right in front of her. And my granddaughter, Chloe Beth Maston. So I was humbled, obviously, when they notified me about this, much like Stephen was, I'm sure. I guess it means you've been around a while, as Gavin alluded to. But I've had, once again, as Stephen said, a lot of people that helped me along the way. I've been at EKU since '82 and had, I believe, 12 years or so prior to that. But I have Kayford friends, I have SHAPE friends, and I've seen everything, progress and grow. And fortunately, I was, able to be a part of it. And I learn all the time. I don't think you're ever through learning, like a lot of our award winners have alluded to that. So once again, I'm humbled, I'm thankful, and congratulations to all you other award winners. Thank you.
We'll get a picture of it. What's that? You got any closing remarks? You go take.
All right. Everything's a little different this year, and we've been navigating the COVID years and changing up some things, and so we're excited about the event. And this, like we did the same thing last year, we got to live stream. And one of the annual things that we do is the presidential transition. So at our fall event, so Gavin has served as president this past year. He was lucky enough to get to serve as president-elect for 2 years because we didn't change anything on the board during COVID. And that also means that we have a member rotating off the board of the executive committee, and that's Miss Robin Richardson over here. She's our past president. So we're actually going to be saying goodbye to Robin as far as service. We don't let them go far, so she's now walking off into the sunset, and she's still on the – she's actually serving currently on the Shape America board as well. But like most things that happened during COVID, we do a lot of things virtually now. So we're going to have a ceremony where we pass the presidential bat. So that's been a tradition we started a number of years ago. Even Robin didn't want to continue the tradition, but we made her. And so this is, in the name of being virtual, Gavin is not actually getting this bat. This is actually Robin's bat. Gavin has a virtual bat, and that's on the screen. So that's what Gavin gets. It's actually on back order like most things are these days. So he will have a real bat, but we'll ceremonially pass Robin's bat to Gavin as a thank you to his year. And I actually left home last Friday. So I've literally been on the road for the last 8 or 9 days, however many days that comes up to. And I've been to Maryland for an event, back over to Missouri with our Health Moves Minds crew, and then back. So one of the things I remembered I forgot that's always an annual tradition is the gavel. We have the president always has the gavel, and Robin updated. We have a plaque of every president of this organization on the gavel plaque. And the gavel is back home in Moorhead, and I've not been there in 9 or 10 days. So I was thinking, like, where in the world can I get a gavel at? I don't know where you buy a gavel at, right? And so I was driving in from Louisville this morning, and I remembered that I did have a rubber mallet because I do a lot of tailgating. So we're going to have another ceremonial passing of the gavel from Gavin to our next president, Miss LaDonda Porter. So LaDonda, come on up. I'm fairly certain we're going to go back to the gavel. This is just a stand-in for the moment, all right? So the passing of the presidential gavel to President LaDonda Porter.
Thank you.
We will be doing a virtual recognition of our new board members that'll be coming on. Normally that's at convention, but we didn't necessarily renew membership. So we're in the process of doing that. But I am excited to announce that Mimi Ratliff from Jefferson County, Mimi, go ahead and stand up, is going to join the executive committee as our new president-elect. And with that said, the last closing word I have is I want to give a shout out. You've heard this mentioned a couple different times. It did not update. I did update it a second ago, but we did Kindness Across the Commonwealth Week. This is our 3rd year of doing Kindness Across the Commonwealth. November 13th is actually World Kindness Day. Well, in 2020, we realized one day wasn't enough. And if you think back to 2020, a group of us on the board and with Health Moves Minds came up with a concept. So this is our 3rd straight year. Angela Stark is in attendance over here. Give Angela a big hand. Her and Katie Embry. our Health Moves Minds coordinators. So I encourage you, practice kindness, do an act of kindness. Many of you have family here with you. We're going to hang out with the students over this evening and later today. So we've got a full agenda. So share out thoughtful things. Don't just make it a week and a day. It's meant to create a habit, right? So it doesn't mean tomorrow you don't have to be kind. It just remind us an annual reminder. And so we're excited about that and what we're doing. So with that said, our event is closed. As Gavin said, there's some refreshments, so please help yourself to any refreshments. Students, we will be transitioning. Where's my Berea students at? Our Berea students will kind of meet up over in the lobby of the hotel. We'll kind of gather there because I know some people need to transition over. So in the lobby, we'll meet up with our Berea students, and they'll guide us over to the gymnasium where we're going to be going. For our Superstars competition. Families, you all are dismissed to go celebrate with your families. Robin, for hotels, that we were able to work with the hotel, she has an announcement that says, come see her. What do we need? Come tell us. Anything that goes, I'm going to miss her because anything goes wrong. She's been fixing stuff for me for 4 years, and this might be the last thing she gets to fix for me.
It was a big fix. So, he's sending me off with a bang because it's a big fix. Have you stopped the fee? Because I don't want to talk bad